Good morning, adventurers. My name is Brandon, and this
I'm Logan.
is Logan. And together we are Duos of Destiny, and welcome back for another Roll Call Mondays, where today's discussion,
How to make your DM love you.
love you. Love you. Hey, some of us it can be a hard task, and some of us it can be a kind of an easy task. Maybe our little 10 tidbits and secrets will help you find love with your DM.
Or help him. I don't love him yet.
We really did this for me. Thank you for being part of our test. But starting off, number one, from the get-go, show up on time. If you can manage it, life happens fast. We all get it. But if you're supposed to start at 8 o'clock, show up at 7:59. Get to the table, get your stuff out, get your book out, your dice, your box, your mini, whatever you have to bring to the game.
Yeah.
Bring it out. Be ready to go at 8 o'clock 99% of the time.
We all know that scheduling is the biggest conflict with D&D. Most of the time, unless you're really lucky, you're playing with more than one person. You're playing with at least 2, 3, 4, 5, oh goodness, any more than that. And you're trying to get grown adults, or whatever age you are, in the same room together at the same time. Odds aren't happening, right? Not in your favor, in the slightest. No. So just, if you guys agree to a time, man, show up, please. Let's get this party started. Let's get some rolling dice on time.
Yeah. So, checkbox 1, you showed up on time. Next thing?
Table manners.
Table manners.
Right? We're really bad about this. Get our elbows off the table.
Ooh, sorry.
You want to tuck your napkin into your either shirt or just lay it on your on your lap, right? And then you want to start off forks on the left.
Forks on the left.
Outside fork first.
Okay.
You work your way in.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And make sure you're using your salad plate correctly, I think.
Yeah. Past that, I don't know. The dessert spoon, don't eat soup with it.
Yeah. But
in reality, table manners is being respectful to yourself, but more importantly, the other people around the table.
Yeah.
You're sharing that space with people. Don't be rude at the table, smacking gum, chewing loudly, whatever. Actual manners at the table. But more than anything, it's treating everybody else with respect.
Yes.
When we're role-playing, it is a vulnerable moment. If your dad walked down in your role-playing, good golly, that's an awkward moment, right? Like, how are you going to explain yourself in that moment? So you're all vulnerable. So at the very least, just treat each other with respect whenever you're doing it. Make sure they're welcome and that they're willing, that makes them willing to put themselves out there.
Well, because you're right.
Game.
With it being a vulnerable moment, if you take advantage of another player in that situation, they might go into a shell and never kind of feel comfortable getting at the table. So, like Logan said, be respectful. Do everything you can to show those good manners for the dungeon master, but also the players also at the table as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, manners checked. You've got those figured out. This might be the most important one.
If you take home absolutely anything from this video, anything, tip number 3 is so important. This makes or break every single Dungeons and Dragons game. Would you agree?
I think it's up there.
Yeah.
He's really building it up. But more importantly, make sure you bring snacks.
Bring snacks.
Bring them and share with the class. Because everybody loves a person that brings something to share. It kind of falls back to the table manners side, and it can get a little messy quickly. But if there's one thing that we do, especially in our home game, there'll be certain days where we all show up with a snack, and we all leave happy and full, and probably a little bit of on a sugar down slope,
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but it's always a good one.
Yeah. Nothing's worse than sitting around the table and your stomach grumbling, and that dang player didn't bring the DM any snacks. Like, you can't walk away from the table, right? You're the DM. You're at the position. You're at the head of the table. But they're slacking if they ain't bringing snacks.
Yeah, true. So you brought snacks.
You brought snacks.
Game started.
Absolutely.
Checked off
So when
the
you're
list.
sitting down, playing the game, the DM's watching you, what do you want to be doing?
Well, if you can manage it, and it can be hard, I fully understand this. But find a solution for yourself in some fashion to take notes.
Absolutely.
A little shorthand, just a little something, a small pen and paper, and for many reasons. It helps you stay focused, and it helps all the effort that the dungeon master puts into the game. It helps you kind of remember those little bit of elements that they worked hard to create or facilitate. It helps in that remembrance of that. So like you have something to kind of go back on, and even if it's just a little bit of highlights of the session, you know that XY general was actually a bad guy, not a good guy. You found this note, you know, in real time, could be 6 months ago, but you know, in game time, it might not be quite as long. So you want to be able to try to remember those things.
Yeah. Nothing feels better as a DM as when the players can spout off a name of an NPC before you can, or a place, anything like that. If you say remember and then they say that for you, oh my gosh, they did it. You love them right there. That is the key to making me, at least, as a DM.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a DM, it just shows it's a very strong. It's almost affectionate. Like it shows that they like appreciate the effort you put in.
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely. It's a lot to be running the table.
Yeah.
And just that little bit of showing how much you care that they are running your table goes a long way. I promise.
So you're taking notes. You got it down. This next one ties back a little bit to manners.
Oh, hold on.
But, well, I guess we'll wait a second. Yeah.
Okay.
So your Clash of Clans base is good, but that brings us to the next point. Stay off your phone. It's 2025.
Yeah.
We're
The
already
current
addicted.
year.
We're already
It's the current
yeah,
year.
we're already addicted enough to technology. Let this be the one moment you get to unwind.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess we live in a world where you do have awesome resources like D&D Beyond, but find a way to facilitate it that you can close your phone when it's not needed to be open, or if you can print out your character sheet again and go old school, find comfortable ways to get you away from it and get that break.
Absolutely.
That I think will benefit you outside of the Dungeons and Dragons.
You'd be surprised how good it feels to not have a phone for a couple of hours,
Yeah.
not having that constant nagging. But on top of that, just giving your full attention to the game, not pulling away, texting, whatever, ignoring what the DM's saying. Because while you're texting, it's not like the game stops.
Right.
The game keeps going, you fall behind. So truly, you're doing yourself a disservice just as much as you are the DM.
True. You
Yeah.
know, and it ties very strongly to table manners, but we felt like this one should be on its own.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Tablets are pretty cheap nowadays to a certain extent. You can buy a Fire tablet for $20-$30, so I'm sure many people will have tablets around. So there's just technology all the time, always around us, and it can be hard to separate. So if you can find a way, just take a step back.
Yeah.
So you have done it, right? You've done it. Phone's closed. You printed out your character sheet. What's next?
Being ready for your turn in combat,
Oh,
right? We've gone through
yikes!
who knows how many people's combats.
Is it my
and
turn?
If it is, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Why?
Let me consult my features and traits.
Yeah, let you read through your entire features and traits while everybody else around the table and stares at you for a minute. I hope you can read under pressure.
Yeah. Good thing I multi-class into 6 classes.
Oh, good, perfect. So you
Yeah.
only have a couple of features. and
Just a
traits.
couple,
Yeah,
yeah.
no. Truthfully, it is so much easier to just get a handle of what you're going to be doing, or even just an inkling of an idea.
Yes.
Like, man, I'm itching to use this feature. I'm itching to cast this spell. This is going to be the perfect spell. And then combat happens. Things change all the time.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of twofold. If you're paying attention, you're watching the combat change. You know Fireball is not going to be the option when there's one bad guy and 5 of your buddies grouped on him. Fireball is going to be devastating. But for the past turn, you've been sitting in your head, Fireball, 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 Fireball. What's the first words out of your mouth? I cast Fireball! Right? No.
No. You're right. I mean, it's very true.
Yeah.
The game ever changes every single time somebody speaks. So when it comes to combat, it's that's more true than ever, I should say.
Yeah.
So being ready to just adjust your play, and if you're focusing on it and you're ready, at least having a general idea of like what are my 2 options, my top 3 options. I could cast a spell. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna find a way to just, I am just gonna go melee and just have this available. And if if I can't go melee, I'm gonna back up, shoot an arrow. Just have that situation ready. If you play at a table like we do, and we play at a larger table where we have 6 people around there total, combat just naturally takes a long time. So if you're ready for it, it just helps the flow and the game just move that much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've done it.
You've done it.
Yeah, combat went smoothly.
It did.
Yeah.
Hopefully, smoothly. I did want to give a bonus tip before we got too far.
Please, bonus.
My little bonus tip for combat and just being ready for your turn is talk through what your character wants to do. That way you don't put that action on them yet. Like Rognak is standing in front of the entire army. The entire army is firing arrows. He's dodging arrows left and right. So I have a couple things going through my head. I either need to run away or I need to attack. All of my fellow combatants, they've attacked. So that means we're in attack mode. Rognak has 3 options to attack. I can either cast a spell, throw something, or run up into attack. Which one am I doing? Well, I've almost just talked myself into what I'm doing.
Right.
While you're talking it out loud, you're kind of describing whatever your character is doing.
Yeah.
And then you finally get to the roots and potatoes. I was able to delay what I was actually trying to do while I got my feet out from underneath me, took stock of the situation, and made the right action that's actually going to help the party, not frustrate the party.
Very true. Simplifying the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bring it back to its first steps and just work it down.
Yeah.
Very true.
Not second, or way past second.
Yeah.
7th.
7th point we have is facilitate group play. I think we've probably all experienced being at the table, and this is even from a PC perspective, but for the Dungeon Master perspective, it can be quite frustrating. But having somebody that is a lone wolf never bodes well in the long run. It is such a difficult thing to do when you've got one individual who's sitting around the table and he wants to go do everything by himself all the time, and that's just his character. And you've got the other 3 to 4 people sitting around the table and they go, well, I guess we'll get to us when that person is done.
Yeah. Those other people, they're going to check out almost immediately. I guarantee they're probably fed up with the player by now. If that one player is driving the entire story, they're probably over it. If they're over it, do you think they're invested in whatever Lone Wolf is doing?
Correct.
Absolutely not. They don't care about the repercussions or how he got there. They're tuning out. They're going to go get a bathroom break. They're going to bring the DM snacks, thankfully. That's their only saving grace right there. They're probably going to get on their phone, right? No situation ends up well if you are facilitating only yourself to be playing in that role-playing game.
Correct. It spirals the whole table.
It does.
And so I think, guys, from the Dungeon Master appreciating you being around the table, I think it only frustrates him more.
Yeah.
So
it really does. Seeing just one person invested, as rewarding as one person being invested in your game is, in the periphery, you're watching your other table mates just fall apart.
yeah, and if I guess the big caveat here is that, albeit that one person's invested, but they're invested in it for selfish reasons.
Yeah.
When you're that lone, in what we are calling the lone wolf character, I think we probably all kind of know who we're talking about.
Brandon, he's the lone wolf character.
I am. I do howl at the moon once a month, but it pulls from the game so much that the DM, can get frustrated because all of a sudden like you said, characters start to divulge back into being on a phone or having something because they're just stuck.
Yeah.
Because this character does that all the time. So don't
Absolutely.
be that guy. So you've checked that off. You're not a lone wolf. You are a team player. You facilitate everybody around that table, and the DM loves you for it. What's next?
What's next is showing how much you love to be there.
Gosh, I'm so happy to play this game. It's true though.
Yes,
You're letting your
honestly.
emotions go, and just like when you're a dungeon master and you see a player just can't hold his excitement and he jumps out of his chair a little bit because he's happy, or he's like another player rolls a natural 20 and the opposing player on the other side just is more happy than the guy rolling natural 20. That's so much fun.
Yeah, honestly.
You're so happy.
What's not fun is this right here. Hey Logan, it's your turn. Alright, I attack.
Doesn't hit.
Ironically, I rolled a natural 1. Does a natural 1 hit?
It doesn't hit, Logan.
Dang it.
Is there anything else you... Okay. On to the next one.
Was that fun?
No.
No. It was even frustrating for him, and he was sitting right next to me.
So yeah, I mean, it's just like it's just little things.
It is.
It's cool to let the emotion flow. You know.
Even getting excited about the natural ones, it's an opportunity for your character to suck at something. We all suck at something.
Yeah.
Let your character fail for once, and then deal with those consequences. But be excited about it, man. Like, be excited for how that story is going to evolve because of whatever is happening right now.
And once you're excited, that pulls us right into our next point, which is get invested into the story.
Get invested.
Find a way to appreciate what the Dungeon Master does and appreciate his storytelling in some fashion, to find a way to pull you into that story.
Yeah.
Albeit, I think we all get burned out a little bit. We all have like a downtime where we're not quite feeling maybe D&D. It's just not quite there.
Yeah.
But if you can find a way to like be invested in that, and like your party's all feeling that, those sessions always just flow. Like the juices are flowing, everybody's kind of running, and you can just feel those. It's a little different.
You end up feeding off of each other. The energy is truly contagious in that aspect, because you're there, you're excited already. Everyone else is showing their excitement. The DM is absorbing all of that and just going, man, my players are having a great time.
Yeah.
I am also having a great time. So the game just gets better. Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And when you're invested in the story, shoot, 3-4 hours feels like 30 minutes. I mean, it just flies.
It
you
does.
Can't wait for the next time to be able to play.
Yeah,
and everybody feels that way.
You can't get enough.
Yeah. So
you're here. We've made it this far. You're invested in the game. The last thing you can do is what I would call giving back to your DM.
Yes.
There's boundaries here. Don't give back to your DM so much that you start throwing in stuff into the game that breaks the game.
My +10 katana of the soul reading sword. I imported it for my last game. When you ask, my mother and I played. It is the best weapon I've ever had. Yes.
I'll let you keep going. Don't stop.
I'll keep going.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. There are boundaries.
There are. And this should be something that you've had this conversation with your DM before. Before you bring it up in game. If it's something you're not even sure about, talk to the DM beforehand. They're going to help you implement it better. But also, if you guys have been playing for a while, you probably know their boundaries, the world you're playing in, and how much of an impact you can have with one item or even one thing that you decide that you're going to improv into the story. Suddenly, if you improv that your character has an entire family that lives in the city that you're visiting and you have to go visit that family, my gosh, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that to the guy?
DM's got to make up a whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. Find the boundary that you can create a little piece of information, find where the DM's comfortable with, and to where you can still, as a player, feel really creative in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a special place to be.
Yeah.
I'd say like the last game that I dungeon mastered, you found a really good home at like doing just that. And from my perspective, it was awesome. I loved it because it helped. I wasn't the one creating everything to where I felt like I had to be the nose of the plane that like just kept pushing. When you created something, it was much easier for me to go, oh, and this, and that. Like I can now build off this, a new spark.
Yeah.
And just as a player standpoint, when I was putting what I had into the world, it was everything that was built from my backstory. It was things that me and you had worked out ages ago, and just now they're coming up in game.
Correct.
We finally got to visit my family. We finally got to go visit the shop that I grew up in and how it formed who my character is, right? So who's going to know that better, him or me? Me. It was where my character grew up at. So I got to pour all of my creativity into that one moment. And typically, if I'm DMing, my creativity gets spread out throughout 10 different facets.
Very true, yeah.
But as a player, I am in one locked-in position. I am that character and everything to do with them, and I can just put a little bit more of that character into the world, and suddenly everything feels so much more real. And it's an awesome moment. And I think, like, more so, it helped inspire the other characters, too.
Yeah.
To not only be like, wow, I can do that, too. Like, I can just throw in how my stuff looks. Yeah, like within reason. I wasn't
No.
pushing boundaries. I wasn't
Absolutely.
breaking the game. I was staying within the lanes and just adding to the game.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that made us an important part. You're being responsible with the power that you had.
Yeah.
You know?
Can't let the power go to your head. Unless you're the DM, then you can do it all.
Yes. But boy, I think those are 10 tidbits that we think if you can conquer those, anybody is going to want you at the table.
Yeah.
Whether it be a dungeon master and even probably the players around you. So,
Absolutely. With those 10 tips in mind, let us know what your 10 tips are. Or if we missed anything. Get in the comments, start a discussion. We want to hear from you.
Hey guys, don't forget to check us out next Monday for another roll call. Check us out Friday for Behind the Screens. And if you need a new podcast, Commander's Log comes out every single Wednesday at noon.
Wednesday at noon. We'll see you there.
See ya.